So today we are going to start the chapter Composition and Structure of the Atmosphere. Now children, you already know that our earth is divided into three domains: lithosphere, that is the land part; atmosphere, that consists of the air; and the hydrosphere, that is the water part. Now in the previous chapter we had already discussed about the hydrosphere. In this chapter we are going to discuss about the atmosphere. Now the atmosphere, this acts as a blanket of air. It surrounds the earth. Now it exists in several layers, and the layers becomes thinner as we move to the higher altitudes. Now because of this, one finds it's very difficult to breathe as we move upwards. Now main reason behind this is because of the less air is pressing down from above. Now the atmosphere, it protects the earth from harmful ultraviolet and infrared rays of the sun. So this is the main function of the atmosphere. It protects us from the harmful ultraviolet and infrared rays. Now it has oxygen and nitrogen, which are the life sustaining gases. Now it also helps in retaining the necessary warmth of the earth and helps in circulation of water vapor, and which provides us as a source of rainfall. So this is all about the how atmosphere is helpful to us. Now if we talk about the composition, what is contained in the atmosphere? See, it is composed mainly of the gases such as nitrogen, oxygen and other gases. Now nitrogen, we have 78% of nitrogen, 21% of oxygen, and other gases we have 1%. Now this oxygen, you already know how oxygen is helpful to us. It helps in burning and also it helps us in breathing. Without oxygen, life is not possible. Now coming to the nitrogen, this is a colorless gas and it has no taste. It dilutes and slows down the process of oxidation, which is essential for all living things. But remember, they cannot take the nitrogen directly. Plants take nitrogen from the soil, and animals obtain by eating the plants or other animals. So this is all about the composition of the atmosphere. And if we talk about what are the other 1% of other gases, they include carbon dioxide, water vapor, helium, hydrogen and argon. So these are the other gases. Now you know carbon dioxide, it is needed by the plants for their survival. Okay, water vapor is also responsible for all forms of precipitation and hence for the circulation of fresh water. So now children, coming to the functions of the atmosphere, here many functions are given of the atmosphere that you can read. Okay, this is very easy for you to understand. You can read and understand this particular part. Okay, how atmosphere is, what is the main function of the atmosphere. Now let us move towards the structure of the atmosphere. See, now the atmosphere consists of different layers, I have already told you. Now the upper layer, they press down the lower ones. So the air of the lower layer is always heavier or denser, while the upper layers, they are thinner and less denser. Now if you see this particular figure, that is 12.2 given in your book, you can see there are different structure of the atmosphere. These are the different layers. Now children, this particular chapter you have already done in your class 7, and it is same, everything is similar what you have already learned in class 7. So it will be very easier for you to understand. You are familiar with everything. Now coming to the first layer, which is the first facing towards the you may say this is the lowermost and the densest layer. Now its height varies from 18 kilometer at the equator to 8 kilometer at the poles. Okay, 18 kilometer at the equator and 8 kilometer at the poles. Now if this diagram is also very important for you, and whenever you draw this diagram, it is very necessary to mark the kilometers, the distance. Now let us discuss about its characteristics. Now see, 75% of the atmosphere is found in the troposphere, and its concentration decreases as we go higher from the ground level. Now this troposphere is also characterized by regular decrease in the temperature with the altitude. So as we move upward, the temperature decreases. Now this decrease in temperature is known as the normal lapse rate. Now here more things are given to you about the characteristics of the troposphere. Just go through that. The upper limit of the troposphere, okay, that is the most upper limit of the troposphere, that is known as the tropopause. You have to remember this term, tropopause. What is it? It is the upper limit of the troposphere. Now if you move towards the stratosphere, this layer lies above the tropopause, okay, and it extends to a height of 50 kilometer from sea level. If you see here, you can see that it is 50 kilometer from the sea level. Now this particular stratosphere, it consists of the ozone layer, which is the most important layer. Now ozone layer, this absorbs the ultraviolet solar radiation that comes from above. Now the insolation received from the sun is equal to that lost by it. That is why the temperature of this layer is constant, it does not change. So here you have all about the characteristics of the stratosphere. Now if we move to the mesosphere, this layer lies above the stratosphere and extends to a height of 80 km from the ground level, okay, and its main characteristic is the temperature in this layer decreases with the height and reaches to minimum of minus 110 degree centigrade at the altitude of about 80 km near the mesopause. Now due to the reflection of the sunlight from the meteoritic dust particles, there are wispy clouds found in this particular layer. Which layer? Mesosphere. Now coming to the thermosphere, okay, this particular part, it consists of the ionosphere and exosphere. Now it extends up to the height above 400 kilometer. Now what is its main characteristics? Ionosphere, they contains the electrically charged particle called ions, which create a sheet like display of light known as aurora borealis, okay, in the northern hemisphere, and aurora australis in the southern hemisphere. Now the main function is it reflects the radio waves back to the earth's surface, which enables us to have the wireless communication. Now exosphere, it is the uppermost layer or the structure of the earth. It lies between 400 to 1500 kilometer above the earth. Now here are its main characteristics, okay, and all the main gases here, they are lighter ones. And which gases this particular layer has? It has mostly hydrogen and helium. Now children, it is very simple, and already you have learned in your previous classes, so you have to go through each and every characteristics. So that's all we have in this particular part of the video. I'll carry on with the ozone and its depletions and global warming in the next video.